Or you can just catch them slipping and get something you don't want, but for a good deal. Let's go. Hello and welcome back to my channel, Manelli Studio Entertainment. If this is your first video, thank you for watching. If this is like your 10th or 50th video, welcome back. This time I'm doing a pickups video for the month of August, which was a little less crazy than the month of July because, you know, July was the Criterion sale, the Radiant sale, and a Kino Lorber sale at the end of the month, and a lot of Amazon Prime Day sales. This is way less stuff, mostly stuff bought from Barnes & Noble, but some Amazon pickups as well. So with that, here's a little montage or video of me at Barnes & Noble's in the wild, and I'll meet you back here to show you what I picked up. I thought we were done. I thought wrong. So there's no sign or anything saying that Arrow video films are on sale, but we're gonna look anyway. Addiction, Chronicles of Riddick, Demolition Man, Donnie Darko, Fighting Back. That looks good. This is Gothic Fantasies, Italian Giallos, Hugo, Incubus, 2 copies. One's a Blu-ray. My Stepmother is an Alien. One Arm Boxer, that's really good. Rumpo Noir, they picked that up. Wrath and Clash of the Titans. 2 Witches. Sailor Suit Machine Gun versus, that's cool. Don't know what that is. Clash of the Titans and Wild Things. So I found this. And I also found Desperado. Oh, look what's hiding here. Cobra. That's a maybe. Maybe not for today, maybe later, but that's a maybe. Let me hide that. I'm a huge fan of this one right now. Watching the anime. It's pretty amazing. Reminds me a lot of D. Gray Man, but kind of more sci-fi and trash. I'm loving it so far. Haven't read the manga. Let me know down below. So we're here at another Barnes & Noble, looking at the Arrow video sale, which apparently there's a Paramount sale going on at the same time, but here's the Arrow video. That's The Threat. It's a Japanese film, I believe by the Fuzusaka. That's a maybe. Rumpo again, New Fist of Fury, Incubus, Steppenwolf, I don't know what that is, Black Hat. Ah man, should I get this? This is the DVD Blu-ray copy. Marienbad, Wild Things, One Arm Boxer again. What is that? Knock Spout. I can't read. Chronicles of Riddick, and there's the 3rd Riddick right there. Addiction again, which I want. Torso, which that's a really neat one. That's a Giallo. Frankenstein, Mary Shelley. That's produced by Francis Ford Coppola, I believe. But yeah, that's a cool one. Yeah. Now this is a big maybe because I've been trying to collect all this guy's films. If you see, I got the Battles Without Honors and Humanity and a few others his film from Radiant. So this is a huge maybe. It says back here it's in the era or in the vein of Kurosawa's High and Low, which if you haven't seen High and Low, that is a phenomenal film. So it'll be $20. So that's a maybe. Got Friday the 13th, that's the remake. Cruising, 2 copies. The Cell. Witness. I think I saw Basic. Oh, a drama string. That's a neat one. That's a neat one. Hill Has Eyes 2. Basic case, 4K. That's really cool. I don't know if I want it, but that's really cool. Independent film from the 80s. Man, that's really cool. Has a 4K. Elvira, however you say that. They still have this. Oh, Billy Madison, yeah, Billy Madison. Not a Paramount movie. That's cool though. Tommy Boy though. Tommy Boy, I believe, is Paramount. So that would be on sale. Face Off. That would be on sale. The Long Kiss Goodnight. Samuel L. Jackson. Shane Black. 4K. Could be something good. Nightmare at Noon. What is this? Oh, that sounds really cool. Nightmare at Noon. Blu-ray. I wonder if this is on sale because it is Paramount. So, yeah. Yeah, I'm looking for a certain film, but I don't think they got it. Black Sheep. Alice, Sweet Alice. That's pretty cool. Let me put these back. Yeah, I was looking for a American Gigolo, but yeah, I don't think they got it. Online it says they got it, but I don't see it anywhere. Some anime. Yeah, the 4K of American Gigolo. I love Paul Schrader, but you know, the Blob, that's cool. Yeah. So far, the only thing I've found that I may get is The Threat. So here's that. And you got The Crow right here on 4K. Now that would be really nice. Red Eye, Good Will Hunting, classic. Even the new Gladiator, Better Off Dead. Now that's a nice release. Yeah, Tommy Boy, one of my favorite comedies. 50% off. Rain or shine, gotta go Blu-ray 4K hunting. This is my 4th Barnes & Noble of the month for the Arrow video sale. Maybe they still have Paramount Video on sale as well. You know, you gotta keep the grind. You can't lose track of the sales. You know what I mean? You may miss out on what you want. Or you can just catch them slipping and get something you don't want, but for a good deal. Let's go. It was a little crowded in there, so I couldn't really record anything, which is good. I'm happy to see people out buying some movies or looking at movies, but I scored, got 2 films. Milk Creek was having a sale, and so I looked at the back of almost every Blu-ray I could find, and I found the 2 best ones. Can't wait to show you back at home base. Yeah, so the Arrow video sale was not that great where I'm from. Very slim pickings where I'm at, and yeah, it was kind of sad. It was kind of sad, but I did pick up the films I want, which I will show you, and the other sales were quite surprising. The Milk Creek sale and the Paramount video sale. Yeah, I don't know if Barnes & Noble was like doing that all the time, but even like last week I went to a Barnes & Noble and it was like a Shout Select 40% off sale, which they only had one Shout Select. It was Magnificent 7 and I didn't pick it up. But anyway, yeah, I love Barnes & Noble's, these sales. You know, the Arrow videos, they weren't all the ones I want. I did see a couple that I've never seen before. I didn't pick those up. I saw the Inglourious Bastards 4K, but I already got the standard one, so I didn't pick that one up either. But I'm going to show you everything I got, and I got some stuff off Amazon, like I said, because they had a random Kino sale, and yeah, let's get started. So we'll start with the Milk Crate sale, which I was so excited to get these 2 films in particular. They are connected, and you'll see why. This is The Hustler and Color of Money, which this is a Martin Scorsese film, and I need it for my Martin Scorsese collection. These are both pool films. I don't know the author's name, but it's the same author who wrote The Queen's Gambit. He wrote these 2 books, and this one stars Paul Newman, and this one stars Paul Newman and a kind of young, mostly young, I guess young, Tom Cruise. And yeah, I haven't seen Color of Money, but I've seen The Hustler, and this film is phenomenal. Beautiful black and white cinematography, and it was a hardcore drama. It wasn't just like a sports gambling film. It was a hardcore drama dealing with hardcore issues, mostly alcohol and mental health. And yeah, much watch film. And The Color of Money is Martin Scorsese. Yeah, any of his films are going to be at least good to great. So happy I picked these up. Happy these are in my collection. So the Paramount films I got were Tommy Boy and The Crow. The Crow here was an upgrade. I got it on Blu-ray. And these are 2 films I absolutely love. Tommy Boy is a childhood nostalgic pick for me that just keeps getting better every time I watch it. And The Crow is in my top 5 favorite comic book films of all time. I just love this film. You know, Brandon Lee, rest in peace. But what he shot here was close to a masterpiece. The first 10 minutes of the film is not great, but that's understandable because, you know, if you're not aware, Brandon Lee was killed on the set of The Crow, and they almost didn't even finish it, but they finished the film in memory of Brandon. So yeah, I love that. And this is directed by Alexander Proteus, who later does Dark City. Yeah, I love this film. If you haven't seen it, pick up The Crow. Very underrated film. But don't look at the sequels. Okay, the sequels are not good. Truth be told, I only seen number 2, like City of Angels, I think it's called, and yeah, that wasn't that good. But yeah, I want at the very least, you know, Tommy Boy's great, so funny. You got Chris Farley, David Spade, great comedic duo. And I never owned this film physically, so I was so happy to find these. Great film. Both 30th anniversaries, but one's 34, the other one's 35. So different 30th anniversary. So I love these films. I'm so happy Paramount had that little sale. So these are 2 films that I did not get on Prime Day, and I wanted more, but like I said, I already blew so much money in July. I had to really, not go crazy. So the two Kino films I bought off Amazon are 13 Things to Do Endeavor When You're Dead, what a mouthful, and Last Year in Marienbad. Last Year in Marienbad is like a 1962 black and white experimental French film. So yeah, it's supposed to be one of the greatest films of all time. So I'm very excited about that. And 13, why do I keep saying 13? Things to Do Endeavor When You're Dead is like a Tarantino-esque crime film. Came out in 95, I believe. Yeah, 95, and it stars Andy Garcia, and it's a ton of, Christopher Walken, Steve Buscemi is in it. It's a big cast of really tough guys, I guess, and it's Tarantino-esque. I first heard about this on a comic book podcast with Joe Quesada, who used to be an artist, or is an artist, and was editor-in-chief of Marvel Comics, and the other artists were there, and they were asking what is your favorite Tarantino-esque films, and they said Things to Do Endeavor When You're Dead. So I immediately sought it out, watched it, loved it, and then during the Criterion hunt, I saw it at a Barnes & Noble, and I got it for a better deal than I could there, because they had these movies for like $16, which is insane, on Amazon. So yeah, they're still messed up. You can't get really these movies right now. Not these, but other Kino Lorbers. But yeah, I love these. I love this one, and I want to love this one, and I want to watch it. So yeah. Now, the moment you've all been waiting for. What did I get for the Barnes & Noble Arrow video sale? Which is still going on, by the way, so I can still get more, which I probably won't. But I could. But I got my top two, so I don't really need any more. I don't own RoboCop. That would be nice in 4K, but I own like one of the standard Blu-rays. It's not that crazy, but I got two really good films that I'm so excited I got. I will show you it one at a time, so I'll be right back. Okay, film number one this is one I drove far and wide to look for. I look it on Barnes & Noble website. It said it's there, then I go do it, and it's not there, and I look everywhere, up and down, left to right, not there, and then I went to one. Again, this one was far away, and I was gonna leave, and then I just took one last look, and guess what? I found it. And what film is that? American Gigolo, Paul Schrader. If you know this channel, I love Paul Schrader. I have a review on Mishima, Life Before Chapters, and American Gigolo. This is, I think, his third film he directed, and I love it. Call Me, Blondie was the main theme of the whole film, and Richard Gere. This is a very important film to me because one of my short films I made called When Julian Saved Kay, I named Julian in that after the Julian in here, and the K is from The Godfather. So, and it was really like when Michael saved Kay, which is, I guess kind of funny because Godfather, Michael does not save Kay, but I changed it to Julian because of this, because he goes by Jules, I think, Julian Jules, and I haven't seen is it Showtime television version, but that has I forget his name, Shane from Walking Dead, which I hate saying that because I never watched The Walking Dead, but John Barathal's Jules, so I want to watch that because he's one of my favorite actors working today. But yeah, I love this film, can't wait to watch it. I'm going to do like a Paul Schrader mini marathon. I got most of his early work, so yeah. American Gigolo, great film, gritty crime film. If you're into, say, Paul Schrader, you gotta watch it, which you probably have already. Very influenced by the film Pickpocket, and Schrader's remade that film 4 times. So I love this film, American Gigolo. The last film, and I have not seen this film before, but this is the film I thought of first thing when I heard this sale was going on. I was like, I am getting this film. And that film is William Friedkin's Al Pacino's Cruising. Yeah, Cruising. I don't know if I can talk about this movie on YouTube, but it's about Al Pacino being an undercover cop going to S&M gay nightclubs. And yeah, I have not seen it. So maybe what I said was wrong. I could be wrong, right? But I heard it's like hardcore leather nightclubs. And, you know, that's usually not my thing to watch. But William Friedkin, you know, French Connection, Exorcist, Sorcerer. And then Sorcerer, for some reason, was not, like, people didn't like it and it made no money. Kind of was the start of the end of the new Hollywood era. It was the failing of Sorcerer, and this was, I think, 2 or 3 movies after Sorcerer. Yeah, The Brink Job, and then one other movie, I think, and then Cruising, and then obviously not his directly next, but like Live and Die in LA, which is another classic film. So yeah, I don't own a lot of Friedkin. I own just a lot of his, you know, most notable works, and I'm so happy to have this nice box set. You know, quick unboxing, because what, you know, the disc and booklet, and yeah, this is beautiful. It's 2-disc edition. Yeah, I love it. So here's everything what I got. Yeah, I think it was a good month of Blu-ray 4K hunting, and some surprises along the way, such as all of these. So the majority were surprises I was not planning on buying right now. And then American Gigolo and Cruising were my definites I were getting. But just go over again, it was The Hustler, Color of Money, The Crow, Tommy Boy, Things to Do in Denver When Dead, The Last Year at Marienbad, American Gigolo, and Cruising. Yeah, I think that's a great lineup of films. What did you pick up in the month of August? I'm really interested in. Did you pick up any of these? How was your Barnes & Nobles? Were they better than mine? Mine was awful. You saw the videos. You saw the video. It was awful.